Welcome to Comics Conversation, where I do my best to guide new comic book readers through the sometimes confusing Flash reading order. This is a part two of the Mark Waid run of the Flash overview series, and in this video I will be doing an overview of the Flash by Mark Waid books 5 through 8, as well as the Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Miller one, and just talk a little bit about the life story of the Flash book. Part 1 can be found in the description below of this video. And so to start off with book 5, the main story that takes place within this book is the story that's known as Dead Heat. And the character that's introduced in Dead Heat, you might recognize him from the Flash TV show. Another character in this book that we're reintroduced to is John Fox. He was introduced in the first issue of the Flash by Mark Waid book 1. So the first issue in book 1 introduced John Fox, and I would suggest rereading that issue to remember his more in-depth backstory. And then moving on to book 6, one thing to mention is that this book is out of print, and this book retails for about $30 or so, and I believe that book 6 now goes for maybe around 3 times that much. It's really expensive, and if you're unable to get it, it's perfectly fine. I don't really feel like you will be missing too much. If you're able to get it, that's great. There are plenty of really good stories in here. It's just, if you're unable to get it, it's perfectly fine. Now moving on to this book, The Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Miller. If I had to suggest one book out of all the books I have done an overview so far in this Mark Waid run series, I would suggest this book. It's not written by Mark Waid, it's by Grant Morrison and Mark Miller, as you can see right here, but this book contains some of my favorite Flash stories, not just stories of Wally West being the Flash, but just some of my favorite stories of just the Flash in general. And the reason why I have him here in this Mark Waid overview series is because this book takes place between book 6 and book 7. One of the issues that this ends on is 129, and this starts with 130 and ends with 141, and then this book starts with 142. One other book that takes place is The Life Story of the Flash, written in the style of Iris Allen writing it. So The Life Story of the Flash is a book that was written by Iris Allen or Iris West in the story of the Flash, and it gets referenced quite a bit in this overarching story. And what ended up happening is that the writers actually took that book and then printed it so we can read through that book. And I feel like this is a great book to start off with, since you really get to learn about Barry Allen as the Flash, as well as some other characters. And now going on to book 7. One thing to mention is that one of the issues that is collected is the Flash 1 million. There's this event that takes place during this book known as DC 1 million. I don't have it, and I don't really know what the story is about. I've heard that it is pretty entertaining, and I think that book is also out of print. Again, if you are able to pick it up, it'd probably be good to understand what's happening on, because within the beginning of this, I didn't really know what was happening. But just to talk about a little bit at the end, I won't flip to the end just since it might spoil some stuff, but there has been this part of Barry Allen's life that was kept away from him since he was a little kid and even as he was an adult. But once this secret or part of his life that was revealed, all the characters are trying to figure out just how to deal with knowing that secret. And that's really what happens at the end of the book. And now going on to book 8. I don't really have a good idea of what happens in book 8 since it is being released June 29th, I believe, 2 days after the release of this video. And since it has not been released, I have not gotten a chance to read it. And from what I've heard, it is really good. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Next video that I upload will be on an overview of Geoff Johns' run of the Flash. So when Mark Waid leaves, Geoff Johns takes over the Flash and starts writing for it. So I will be doing an overview for that the following episode. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. I hope you stay tuned for the Jeff Johns overview, and I hope that this two-part series has helped you in any way. Thanks for watching.